In the ancient lands of the Middle East, long before the birth of modern nations, there lived a man named Joshua. His name meant Yahweh is salvation, and he would come to embody this meaning in ways that would echo through the ages. Joshua's story began in Egypt, where he was born into a life of slavery. Alongside his fellow Israelites, he toiled under the harsh rule of Pharaoh. But change was on the horizon. God chose Moses to lead the Israelites out of bondage, and Joshua emerged as one of Moses' most trusted aides. Joshua's first taste of leadership came when the Israelites faced their first great test after escaping Egypt. As the Amalekites attacked, it was Joshua whom Moses chose to lead the Israelite army. With Moses' hands raised in prayer, Joshua fought valiantly and secured a decisive victory. Years passed, and the Israelites wandered through the desert. Among the 12 spies sent by Moses to scout the promised land of Canaan, Joshua and Caleb were the only ones who returned with faith and courage. They urged their people to trust in God's promise, even when others doubted and despaired. As the Israelites neared the end of their journey, Moses' time drew to a close. God chose Joshua to be his successor. With Moses' blessing and the people's trust, Joshua took up the mantle of leadership. His first great challenge loomed before him, the fortified city of Jericho. God gave Joshua a unique battle plan. Jericho was a well-fortified city with massive walls, making it seemingly impregnable. Its strategic location made it a key target for the Israelites, as capturing it would provide a significant foothold in Canaan. The city's defenses posed a daunting challenge, especially for a nomadic people who had just spent decades wandering in the desert. God provided Joshua with a highly unusual battle plan, which required complete faith and obedience. Unlike typical military strategies involving direct assault or siege warfare, God's instructions to Joshua were unique. For 6 days, Joshua was to have the Israelites march around the city once each day. The procession included armed men, 7 priests with ram's horn trumpets, and the Ark of the Covenant. This silent march, except for the sound of the trumpets, was a test of patience and faith. On the 7th day, the Israelites were to march around Jericho 7 times. After completing the 7th circuit, the priests were to blow their trumpets, and Joshua would command the people to shout loudly. Joshua followed God's instructions precisely. On the 7th day, after the 7th march, the priests blew their trumpets, and Joshua gave the command to shout. At that moment, the walls of Jericho miraculously collapsed, allowing the Israelites to charge straight into the city and capture it. This miraculous victory demonstrated God's power and affirmed Joshua's leadership. The fall of Jericho underscored the importance of faith and obedience to God's commands, even when they defy conventional wisdom. Joshua and the Israelites trusted God completely, and their faith was rewarded with a miraculous victory. After the miraculous victory at Jericho, Joshua led the Israelites in a series of battles to conquer the land of Canaan. Each battle presented unique challenges, but Joshua's unwavering faith in God's guidance was a constant theme. The second battle was Battle of Ai. After Jericho, the Israelites faced Ai. Initially, they were defeated due to Achan's sin of taking forbidden items from Jericho. Upon rectifying this and seeking God's strategy, they succeeded in a cleverly planned ambush. Another battle was Gibeonite deception. The Gibeonites, fearing the Israelites, deceived them into making a peace treaty. When other Canaanite kings attacked Gibeon, Joshua honored the treaty and defended them, leading to a significant victory at Gibeon, with God causing the sun to stand still to prolong the day. Another one was southern and northern campaigns. Joshua led successful campaigns in both the southern and northern regions of Canaan. Notable battles include the defeat of a coalition of kings at the waters of Merom, where Joshua followed God's command to hamstring their horses and burn their chariots. The conquest of Canaan was the fulfillment of the promise God made to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that their descendants would inherit the land of Canaan. This promise was reiterated to Moses and then to Joshua, who was charged with its fulfillment. Once the major military campaigns were completed, Joshua turned to the task of dividing the conquered land among the 12 tribes of Israel. This division was carried out in accordance with God's instructions, ensuring each tribe received its inheritance. The land was divided based on the size and needs of each tribe. The tribe of Judah, being one of the largest, received a significant portion of southern Canaan. The tribes of Ephraim and Manasseh, descendants of Joseph, received substantial territories in central Canaan. The Levites, who were the priestly tribe, did not receive a large contiguous territory. Instead, they were given specific cities scattered throughout the land to serve their religious duties among all the tribes. Specific cities were designated as cities of refuge, where individuals who committed unintentional manslaughter could seek asylum until a fair trial could be conducted. The division of the land was not just a distribution of territory, it was also about establishing justice and order in the newly conquered land. Joshua's leadership in this process ensured that each tribe had a place to call home and that the Levites could perform their religious duties. After the land was divided, Joshua gathered the Israelites at Shechem to renew the covenant with God. He reminded them of their history, the miracles they had witnessed, and the laws they were to follow. This covenant renewal was a reaffirmation of their commitment to God and His commandments. In his farewell address, Joshua emphasized the importance of remaining faithful to God. He warned against idolatry and urged the Israelites to serve God with sincerity and truth. His famous declaration, "As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord," underscored his unwavering faith. Joshua died at the age of 110 and was buried in Timnath-Serah in the hill country of Ephraim. His leadership left a lasting legacy, as the Israelites continued to serve God throughout his lifetime and for a generation afterward. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Your support means a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching.